let's talk about my top 5 best movies of the year. I usually don't do more than 5 just because I feel like it's the easiest way to sum it up. For me, I feel like I'm always stretching when I get to 10. Not that there are, but this year was really difficult because there were so many movies I loved this year. I couldn't even really put this list together. So let's get into it. It's really a top 6 because these last two could go back and forth. So I'm just gonna put them together at number 5. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This, if you ask me, my favorite movie of the year, it's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan. I love this movie. I've seen it multiple times. I've seen the work in progress cut of it on home video. I have the steelbook. I've seen, I want to watch it again just talking about it. But objectively, it's not the best movie of the year, and so that's why it's here. Like, I can't justify not putting it on the list because it is a really good movie, and my love for it would be very hurt if I didn't. And then I also want to put Dune Part 2 here. Dune Part 2 is an incredible movie, but it doesn't really function without Part 1. And Part 1 is a little bit of a slog compared to Part 2. It's not bad. It's a really great movie too, but yeah, so I also am trying to put more original stuff here on the list this year. I'm not trying to put really major franchises, so I wanted to put these two together in one spot so we can move on to some more original stuff. Number 4 is If. If was a very surprising movie. It's not a movie that I thought particularly looked great, but actually sitting down and watching it, it got a lot of emotions out of me. Really got close to bringing me to tears. I think this movie is really something special. It's a very fresh and original concept. And I've seen people criticize this film as Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends ripoff, and you're really wrong. This movie has very different ideas it's exploring. It's a really well crafted movie with lots of inside jokes, great humor. I mean, despite not loving Ryan Reynolds in the movie, this is a truly great film, and I wanted to see more of it. But unfortunately, this movie did okay at the box office, not great, so it doesn't sound like we'll get more out of this world that they created with this film. Number 3 is The Wild Robot. I think this movie is truly something special. I've shown this movie to multiple people, and it's connected them all in very different ways. I mean, some feel the heartbreak of what it means to be a mother. Some connect with the idea, some of the darker humor elements of it. There's a lot of great aspects of this movie. It's a beautifully animated movie. It's just a really great one, and I really love this movie, and I think it absolutely is something special. So, yeah. Number 2 is probably the most relevant movie going into next year's 2025, The Order. This is a movie that I went into blind, and coming out of it, I was floored by how disgustingly real this film is. If you don't know what this film is, this is a film about a FBI investigator who goes into this small town to kind of check out what's going on with this white supremacist group that's been on the rise. Turns into this whole conspiracy, and this white supremacist group had plans to do some crazy shit to take down our government, and all kinds of shit. And even maybe right at the Capitol. Wow, that sounds familiar. So if you're thinking that sounds similar to what happened on January 6th, well, the director would agree with you. He took this real white supremacist group in the 80s, made a movie kind of putting some light on them, kind of showing the disgusting reality, and made this movie. And I think we're all the better for it because it really does put a harsh light on what these people are, and, unfortunately, what we will have to deal with for the next 4 years at least here in America. So yeah, I think this is, if you have to pick any of these movies to really watch, it should be your must watch. But objectively, I have to put this other one at number 1, and that is Conclave. Conclave is a movie that I saw and I really liked it. It's a great film. It's got great performances all around. Ralph Fiennes is great in it. But, I wasn't really sure what I was going to get out of this movie. I'm not in the Catholic faith. I'm not interested in any of that subject matter. But the way this movie explores everything is so fascinating, so riveting, incredibly well paced. It's the best directed movie of the year, I think. Maybe Dune Part 2 and Furiosa. It's a very well just crafted, put together film that the more the film has sat with me, the more things I'm able to connect with it over time. And this is my choice to win Best Picture this year. It probably will not happen, but I do truly adore this film. And so, yeah, that's my best of the year list. I think that it's all great stuff. All movies I truly adored. And keep in mind, I did not see everything I wanted to see. I still have not seen Nickel Boys, not playing anywhere near me. I wasn't able to see Memoir of a Snail, not playing anywhere near me. I was not able to see The Brutalist either. And the Fire Inside, the Baby Girl, like all these movies, they're all out right now in different places. None of them play near me except for The Fire Inside and Baby Girl. And I'm planning to check those out next week. But honestly, I know they wouldn't top these 5 movies I chose.